It was never my plan to become a filmmaker. Those are the words of Taika Waititi, a man who, come October, will be debuting on American soil with Thor Ragnarok. Whether it was his plan or not, it's clear that Taika has a natural gift when it comes to manning a camera. He started out as a visual artist and in the 90s was one of the 5 members of comedy group So You're a Man. His trajectory in the realm of comedy continued upward, with regular stand-up routines to follow.
Maybe you are me and I'm you. Maybe I'm in your body, or maybe you have taken over my body just for a moment. Yeah, it's possible. And you kick me out of my body. I'm up here in some freaky body here doing this shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. And you should be up here. I should be down there looking at you, thinking, "Fuck, this sucks."
That dry New Zealand comedy is undoubtedly Taika's strongest suit, and the reason why he's become so damn successful in the world of filmmaking. His 4 feature-length films have showed an impeccable translation of said humour to the big screen, from Eagle vs Shark to Boy, to What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People. These films have brought his vision, his style of comedy, to light. He offers something different, a version of comedy that in the US is rarely seen. The fact that his sense of humour is so starkly different to the average works pumped out in Hollywood every year makes his product immediately important. Today I want to discuss Taika's filmography and why I think he's perfectly suited to man a Marvel film. You see, when I watch a Waititi film, I'm always struck by how universal they are. It makes total sense that he would be tapped up for something so quintessentially American like a Marvel film. His deadpan comedy is a style we salivate over, sure, but I see the works of many great Hollywood directors in his films. In fact, I see the framing of Wes Anderson in Hunt for the Wilder People. I see the Tarantino aesthetic in regards to the use of chapters also in Hunt for the Wilder People. Then you have the quirky and bombastic editing style of Edgar Wright presented in Boy.
My favourite person is Michael Jackson. He is the best singer and dancer in the world. Last month he put out a record called Thriller. It sold a gazillion copies and now he lives in a castle with a snake and a monkey. He is so famous that you can even see him in the stars.
All the while retaining the fractured, makeshift families across his entire filmography a la Joss Whedon. That's what I want to hone in on, families in Taika's films. Superhero movies are always about camaraderie, about a ragtag group of outcasts looking out for one another in a world that requires their aid but knows not how to accept it. These themes are integral to the MCU, yet they've been integral to Waititi's filmography ever since his debut. Let's take a look at his films really briefly. For example, Hunt for the Wilder People. A young offender is taken into custody by his estranged aunt and uncle. He runs away with his uncle, building a unique paternal bond.
We're talking disobedience, stealing, spitting, running away, throwing rocks, kicking stuff, defacing stuff, burning stuff, loitering and graffitiing. And that's just the stuff we know about.
What We Do in the Shadows. Literally a band of vampires, societal outcasts who hunt together and squabble together.
Yeah, we're werewolves. What are we?
Werewolves, not werewolves.
Boy. An 11-year-old child meets his criminal father and learns that he's not the man he grew up idolizing. And finally, Eagle vs Shark. 2 socially awkward misfits go on a journey of discovering love and enacting revenge on old bullies. In these 4 films, it's evident that the one unifying theme, and somewhat an obsession of Waititi's, is the exploration of makeshift families on a journey. That sounds familiar and similar to the bare existence of superheroes, not least of which Thor. In the Thor films, sure, we've dealt with mysticism, action, infinity stones and the lot, but what always sticks out is his dysfunctional relationship with Loki, as well as the journeys he goes on, traversing various universes in the process. With Waititi now in the director's chair, I'm certain that this exploration of dysfunction will continue, perhaps creating new dilemmas for the character of Thor and his world. It's clear that the MCU has somewhat lacked heart in the past, evidenced by the overwhelmingly positive reaction to the emotional core of the latest Guardians of the Galaxy joint. It's easy to fall into a trap of thinking that Waititi's films are serious when you read a synopsis, but they're not. I mean, sure, the themes are thought-provoking, but they're always covered with a crazy amount of hilarious deadpan comedy. That's another reason why I think he's perfectly suited to succeed in his first US film. Hollywood has always had an obsession with deadpan comedy, mastered by Buster Keaton in the early 1900s and continued by the always incredible Bill Murray today. Waititi's humour is a product of new-gen New Zealand comedy, wherein which the style is almost always dry and deadpan. His humour, the way he translates it to the medium of film, manages to be both fresh in style, but also a wonderful send-up to Keaton and co. When you can turn a funeral scene into one of the funniest moments in your film, you know you've got the craft of comedy nailed down to a T.
Guess what's on the other side? Anyone want to take a guess?
Vegetables?
No. No, not vegetable. No.
This is why I think the Thor film is in extremely good and undoubtedly talented hands. The character, his cameos, his films, they're all built on hilarious encounters and emotional payoffs. It also helps that Waititi has acted as frequently as he's directed. It means he's more adept to working closely with the cast of Thor Ragnarok, essentially opening up the possibility of there being some real unity and creativity from all involved. That would in turn make the comedy all the more genuine and hilarious, while not sacrificing the tone of the world it's embedded in. Also, if you want a flavour of what Waititi is conjuring up for Ragnarok, he directed a short titled Team 4 which encapsulates his style in about 3 minutes. I'll show it now on the screen, but there'll also be a link in the description.
I'm trying to get involved with the locals. And who's this purple weirdo?
Vision!
Surprised you actually knew who that was. To give back to the community.
Waititi is someone who naturally rejects outside interference, which sort of makes him perfect for an MCU movie. If you've watched my video on the issues of Marvel's formula, you'll know that the tonal inconsistencies and forced humour are what hurt the MCU the most. This is usually attributed to a tussle between studio and director. Waititi has gone on record to say that this is the film he wants to make, which means it will be layered with style and a tone unique, perhaps never before seen, to this cinematic universe. If Thor Ragnarok goes down as a success, expect to see Waititi everywhere. His work ethic is incredible, his output undeniably great. The comedy he produces for the screen is fresh and gut-bustingly hilarious.
Shit just got real!
Hey, thanks for sticking with me all the way till the end. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like button and leaving a comment below. And if you want to support the channel further, I have my Patreon linked on the screen right now, as well as in the description. While you wait for Thor Ragnarok, I implore you all to check out his other stuff documented in this video. I'll have links in the description to a bunch of work. Cheers.
I wonder what the time went. I wonder why my mind's bent. I wonder why my retina's connected to the nebula, but only get the message from the fine print.